Are you ready for a special kind of X-Files? Chris Carter approved X-Files. This is 1995's XXX Files, Lust in Space. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I am Jason from Barefoot. This is Squeaky Clean Adult Films. This is Tyffany Million Week, Part 2. So this is Wednesday. It's an audience request. We got Craig from Horror Hockey Forever, friend of the show. He wanted to see the XXX Files, Lust in Space. I'm the kind of guy that if I can make something happen, I make it happen. We've seen her in front of the camera. Now we're going to see her behind the camera and in front of the camera. Actually, she won Best Actor for this. That's getting way too ahead of ourselves. That's in the end. This movie is awesome. Let's hear a little behind the scenes.
I was just rewatching a different movie we are going to do this week because it is Tyffany Million Week. But
that movie was intended to be kind of a mishmash of the biggest science fiction hits of the prior 25, 30 years. So there's a little Star Trek in there. There's a little Lost in Space in there. There's the X-Files. There's, I can't even remember what else, but we took so many elements from so many different sci-fi hits and wove them in to that movie.
I was going to say there's even some Plan 9 Outer Space with your flying saucer.
Okay, so that was some behind the scenes. Let's go behind the scenes.
No, and when I started producing and directing, when I started my company, I was highly discouraged from doing it. I was told, because I wanted to do slapstick comedy or visual comedy with adult. And everybody said, it's not going to work. You're wasting your money. It'll never sell. And I was really discouraged. I mean, women back then were not on that side of the camera, right? We were supposed to be stupid, shut up and do our job and look pretty and, do whatever. So yeah, I was really highly discouraged, but telling me no is an invitation, right? So the more they told me no and you can't do it, the more I was determined. So Immaculate Video Conceptions is a nod to my Catholic school upbringing, right? And I because my mother had me going to Catholic Christian school from third grade until I graduated. And I actually went to an all-girls Catholic high school, which Julie Strain and I went to the same high school. And so I like to tell my mom, I go, Mom, how does it feel to know that the only thing I got out of all those years of Catholic school education was a name for my porn production company?
And that company produced this. Tyffany Million, our producer, is also our director. She wrote this with one of our favorites, George Kaplan. You just saw him act in shock. And he acts in this too. Do you know? We'll talk about this at the end. He's now been famous writer George Kaplan has now acted in more movies on this here program than he's wrote. Seduce and Destroy, Vortex, and this. 3 times we've got his mind. Sammy Sears did the music. Horse Power did the theme. We got a lot of good people in this movie that we're going to talk about at the end. Real quick, here's a teaser for what's going to be in the outro.
I did everything with that movie. I came up with the concept. I co-wrote the script. I designed the sets. I designed the cover. I came up with the idea for the characters. I dressed them. I mean, that movie is just me all over the place.
You know what's funny about that? You're going to hear exactly what led up to that, and you're going to hear exactly what comes after that. Here's a teaser for Friday's release.
A little insider story about latex, and I'm going to be clean because this is Squeaky Clean Adult Films, okay? If you watch my scene, you know what I'm referring to in that movie.
That full interview is 64 minutes long, and we cover a bazillion topics. It's so good. Friday. This movie was 90 minutes. It's 20 minutes now, and it's PG. We have talk of some sexy droids. We have Planet Jism. We have the Lord's Name in Vain. We have a middle finger. And speaking of fingers, we have some speak of unbridled passion and finger-licking chicken. KFC, get your mind out of the gutter. You watch this, I'll meet you at the end.
am the last survivor. Soon they will find me, and there will be no one left to stop the complete takeover. I am writing this account, so whoever finds this diary will let the world know to beware.
Why do I even bother? Why can't there be more women in this universe like Tyffany? Why can't there be 1 million more? 1 billion? That's it. Let me find Spoda. Spoda! What are you doing?
Commander Dakota, sir. I did not see you standing there, sir. Oh, look at my latest development. It's wonderful. I don't know what it is.
Get on with it!
Yes, Commander Dakota, sir. What is your bidding?
That's much better. Well, I want you to build me a very special kind of droid. One that'll help me take over the universe.
But maybe you'd rather have one of these. I mean,
Oh, will you get over that already? Thank you. I want you to build me 2 of the sexiest female droids possible. And bring me something for the women, too. Keep thinking universal conquest. We're gonna start small. Let's say Pennsylvania. Yeah, that'll work. Don't just stand there, Spoda. Move! Yeah. What have we got here?
This, Commander, is just what you ordered. This is just one of 2 droids that I have developed that will fulfill your dual vision of universal conquest.
Well, how, may I ask, are you going to accomplish that?
The secret, Commander, is in the box.
What the hell is this?
Just what it looks like.
Well, it's all well and good, but how do you know that the device is going to work?
The way I have it calculated, you will have total control in approximately 8.25 Earth days.
That's great! Today, Pennsylvania. Tomorrow, the galaxy. I love this man! Mwah. You are a man, aren't you?
Fishing. Yeah. Them little fishes better watch out, man, because I got me some flying lures, and their damn little asses is mine.
Flying lures. Flying lures?
What the hell was that?
Oh, maybe it's game wardens. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
What? You're a rather above average male specimen.
Good. Now, droids, attack!
Come in.
Hey, yeah, you want to see us, Chief?
Have a seat. Apparently we're getting some reports out of Pennsylvania about a UFO landing, and I want you and Sulky to check it out.
Is there any information you can give us concerning this subject?
Well, it seems that the UFOs landed and abducted 2 of the local boys. Of course, the third Bubba escaped and is now in a state institution. I want you 2 to go down and check out his story.
Yeah, but why do these aliens keep picking on these backwood goobers?
The same reason why tornadoes always seem to hit trailer parks. Natural selection. Now go on. Get out of here. Get that story.
No problem.
Helen! Yes. I want my tanning session this time at 12. And make sure that they don't be skimping out on me. I want the full 30 minutes. I gotta look good. Good. Now, droids, attack!
Yes, Commander Duck Butter.
Geez, too bad they only have the one room.
Yeah, some room at that.
Well, looks like we'll have to share just the one bed.
If you're half the gentleman I hope you are, you'll be sleeping on the couch. Or in the car.
Oh, Sulky. Why are you always shutting me out?
We're on assignment, Cox.
Some assignment. Just get out of here. Go visit the Rube in the nut house. Tell the chief there's nothing to this story. Let's run up the old expense account.
No. You're impossible.
Hey, just part of my charm.
No, John. No, it can't be true. Don't leave me, John. I love you.
Martha, it's time we put an end to all of this. This relationship is over. It's time you saw the light.
We are from the Caressa Cosmetic Company.
And our automobile has broken down.
You girls ain't from around here, are you?
No, we are from New
Jersey.
Why don't you come in? Like some chips?
We're sure once you try the rest.
You will see that our cosmetics are the best.
Yeah. Anyway, how about that free sample?
Right. Yeah, we're gonna see him at the institution first thing in the morning. Yeah, that's the earliest we could see him. What? Me run up an expense account? You ever been to Pennsylvania? Okay. I forgot. Hey, how about them Steelers? Jeez, that went well.
You know the chief's from Pennsylvania.
Well, thank you, Miss U.S. Geography, for 500 Alex.
Buddha,
Yes, Sulky.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, and?
I was wondering if you could go get some chicken whilst I prepare my notes for tomorrow.
I offer you unbridled passion, and all you want is chicken?
Extra crispy. And perhaps when you get back we can lick each other's fingers.
Now you're talking. Would you like coleslaw or potatoes with that chicken, ma'am?
Surprise me.
Yes, ma'am.
Christ, that was easy.
How about a biscuit?
Why didn't you get me, 2? Okay? Alright, off you go. Man, you can't live with him?
And you can't live with him.
There was a great disturbance in the force. Take care of the one who would unmask our plan, while you two lovelies teleport yourselves to the second set of coordinates and deal with Mr. Clean Floss personally.
Yes, Commander Duck Butter. All hail Duck Butter.
God damn it! I thought you were out of my hair for an hour. Porter, hello? Can I help you?
Oh, yes, ma'am, you can.
Guys, where'd you buy your cologne? From the Arco station?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Well, I've been here all day. I have a horrible headache.
Yeah, I love it. The naming of names in the exposing game. And as me, AVN's head chief of the investigative branch, I feel that it's my duty to, of course, uncover all the dirt. The firstest and the mostest. Yeah. Hey! What are you guys doing here? Let me guess. Milton English sent you over here, huh? That man will do anything for 3 stars.
I think I can handle this one on my own.
Okay. Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, Sucky. Here we go. Extra crispy. Just the way you like it. Sulky? Sulky? What the hell's going on here? What the hell's that smell? It smells like cheap cologne. Ah, just as I thought. Cheap men's cologne.
They came from outer space. 2 of them. They took my buddies. I can't go on. It's too horrible.
Come on, man. Pull yourself together. Tell me the rest. Someone's life depends on it.
It was disgusting. When it was all over, my buddies were different. They was flexing and messing with their hair and comparing cum shots. All they used to talk about was fishing.
Come on, is that it? Talk, damn you!
No. There's one more thing. The air was foul with the smell of men's, you know.
Cologne?
That's it. Yeah. Cheap men's cologne. Them.
If any of this madness is true, I've got to save Sulky. and warn the rest of America against them.
Ah, the plan is working. It's working! Loosen up! The plan's working, for God's sakes.
And ahead of schedule, I might add.
Well, there's not much else to do in Pennsylvania except co-join.
I wonder if that's what would account for the drop in the national IQ average.
Maybe. You know what I think? I think it's time I make my appearance on Earth.
No!
Why? I shouldn't go to Earth?
No, you're on my foot!
Oh, sorry.
Hail, duck butter!
Thank you. Well, I just flew in from Planet Jism and boy, my arms are tired. How do you like my outfit? This is combination gladiator meets gladiola. But there is still one holdout.
That's Cox Baldo, Commander Baby.
Well, we got to take care of this guy quickly. All right, I'm on a timetable.
It won't be long now. I must try to find Sulky and escape a fate worse than death. 18 hours on a set with a director who thinks he's Fellini. Oh, what the hell? Why am I saving myself for?
That's right, baby.
Well, talent was never a prerequisite in this business.
And cut. That's all for today, kids. See you at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
So what did you think about that? Hold on, first.
But the end was a tribute to what's the director's name? He was a cross-dresser and
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, yes, thank you. It's been a while. So the end of that movie is a tribute to Ed Wood, and not a lot of people got that, where he goes, and cut, and then the camera pans, and there's the fake director in black and white sitting off camera, and everybody comes up to him like they used to when he really did shoot films, and shake his hand and say, thank you, Mr. Wood. It's been a pleasure, Mr. Wood. He used to make sure that he shook hands with the cast and crew at the end of every shoot day. So that's why everybody does that. And he was a cross-dresser. So it was just kind of a nod to him, you know.
That's so good.
Can you tell what they're doing in this movie? I just realized I didn't show this to Tiffany. Technically, Shock was the movie we were doing. And then I said, oh, your full interview can go right after all Celebrity Request March. It'll oddly fit like you were supposed to be there the whole time. And then I said, Oh, we have an audience request from you. Let's just do Tyffany Million Week. So this one is kind of unorthodox. I did not send her a screener of this, which that's crazy. The actual director, producer, they're making an adult film empire. Cast, crew. You don't see any of that in the clean cut. And it works. Not to pat myself on the back. We usually turn down movies. There are so many adult films about making adult films. And when the narrative, when the exposition is also adult, it leaves me with nothing. But this one was so well made that I could, with some tinkering, it just played as an invasion movie. So I hope Tyffany likes it. I hope everyone liked it. I liked it, which is usually a good sign. Let's hear a big old chunk of behind the scenes.
In your makeup, is there a hidden glow tribute? Because in your Igor character, you are in full makeup, and I noticed it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But I noticed like a squiggle up here, which was kind of your glow character, like Tiffany Mellon.
Yeah, the character's name in XXX Balls was Spoda, which was a play on Yoda, right? And I know what you're talking about. So I had painted some metallic and colored stripes up the side of my head. You know, I never really thought of it like that. Maybe subconsciously, that is where I got the idea from Glow. But I did my own makeup. I did everything with that movie. I came up with the concept. I co-wrote the script. I designed the sets. I designed the cover. I came up with the idea for the characters. I dressed them. I mean, that movie is just me all over the place. I got the AVN Award for Best Non-Sex Performance that year for playing Spoda, and I'm quite proud of my performance in that movie because, first of all, people never believe it's me. They go, "That's you." I was actually walking around on my knees to play that character with tennis shoes, Converse tennis shoes, tied to my legs. And then I had a pillow under the lab coat to make me into a hunchback. And so I think I really nailed that character. That was so much fun to play that with Ron Jeremy. We just bounced right off each other.
Yeah.
A lot of it was unscripted. We just kind of ran with it.
That's awesome. And you did such a good job. You deserve to win Best Non-Performing Role. Man, what was it like to be Tyffany Million? Someone who literally millions of people think is beautiful, and now you're going to give yourself. Can you hear that? Okay, stay on track, Jason. You owned Immaculate Video Conceptions.
Yeah.
And so you started write, direct, and produced. But back to what I was trying to say before that thunder. So you give yourself a very, some would say, unflattering role to be a little lab-assisted Yoda hunchback, going from someone who literally so many people are in worship. What was that like? And what a payoff.
It's so much fun to play against type. You know, I love to play against type because the real me is a very bubbly, kind of a flower child. Like, I love everybody. I'm always in a good mood. I'm always happy. I'm very kind to people. Don't push your luck with me. You're going to find out real quick that I have my boundaries. But, you know, I'm a very chill, just kind of roll with things person. So, that role was a chance for me to not only to play against type, but to show my comedic timing because I'm pretty damn good at comedy, and that's my favorite thing to do. So it gave me a chance to do that. You don't get a lot of that in porn biz, right? There's not a lot of comedy roles, especially for women. So I took advantage of it.
Wasn't that good? So many good people. How'd you like little Tyffany Million? Ron Jeremy, Jeanna and Jill Kelly, Nick East and Tom Byron. George Kaplan was their homie, the one that ran but got captured and got sweated down. They run into Jonathan Morgan. They run into PJ Sparks. And of course, we have Agent Sulky and Cox Boulder. Rob Savage, he did excellent. He was only in 4 movies. How crazy is that? You've now seen 25% of his career. Sarah Jane Hamilton played our Sulky. Also her first time on the show. Man, we need to do some more of her movies. She's in Riot Girls, which is on our list. I don't know if that's an audience request or mine. It might be mine. It's probably mine. But she was also from the Rain Woman series. She was in a couple of those. We're missing Misty Rain and Felicia. They didn't make the clean cut, but if you're an adult, I advise you to go check out the 90-minute version. Oh, and for the record, that P.O. box at the end, that's no longer valid. But I'll tell you what is valid. In the description box, we have a clean link tree that we made just for these 3 videos. We will not be getting terminated or copyright strikes for the new external, it's got a name, what is it? I don't know. External link violation. So the link that's down there, Tiffany's a very multifaceted artist. It's to all the clean stuff. Let's hear about Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, the director of the X-Files, did some adult films under a different name, and he and I are good friends. I got a big story about him, and he loved my movie, The XXX Files, and requested a copy of it, so I brought it down to him and David Duchovny in person.
That's so awesome.
All right, that's it. What a good motion picture. I might like it more than Shock. Am I allowed to say that? I do whatever I want. I'm barefoot and pregnant. But cross out the pregnant and put independent. What am I talking about? Thank you for watching. Friday is going to be epic. We talk about, I mean, you saw that there's about 8 minutes for this movie. That's 16 minutes. We are just 2 filmmakers. We're talking about everything. We're talking about Fred Olen Ray, John Carl Buechler, Newt Wallen, Jason Heath. I get so comfortable, I start pitching ideas. I even asked her for a job. But really, we just 2 filmmakers talking about a bunch of cool stuff. I've watched it twice, and I'm in it. That's my least favorite videos to watch. But thank you for watching. We have donation buttons. They're down here. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like. You don't have to share. You just have to watch. Also, go check out the Safe for Work Tyffany Million links. Go do all those things for her. You leave us out of it. I will see you on Friday. Peace.